Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving deep inside the beehive to uncover the secrets of its most important and mysterious member. Okay, so let's jump right in with the big question. To really get how a queen bee lives this almost mythical life, you first have to understand the incredible and frankly kind of brutal world she's born into.
So, in any given honeybee hive, you've basically got three types of bees. You have the male drones, their one and only job is to mate. You have the female workers, who do literally everything else and work themselves to death in just a few weeks. And then there's the queen. Genetically, she's identical to her worker sisters, but look at that lifespan. We're talking years, not weeks. Her destiny is completely different.
So what's the secret? What gives her this incredible longevity and power? You might think it's all about royal blood or some kind of genetic lottery, but it's not. It all comes down to nurture, and it starts with her very first meal. Okay, this is where it gets really fascinating. A single factor, just one, determines a bee's entire path in life. Every female larva starts out eating this superfood called royal jelly. But for most of them, after just 3 days, they get switched to a basic diet of honey and pollen. A select few, though, get to stay on the royal jelly diet for their entire lives. And that one little change in the menu completely rewrites their destiny, turning them from a common worker into a queen.
The whole process is this ruthless race to the top. The workers build these special, bigger cells for their potential queens. But once a new virgin queen chews her way out, her very first act as a living, breathing queen? To go full Game of Thrones on any potential rivals. She will hunt down any other developing queens still in their cells and sting them to death. There can be only one.
So, she's secured the throne. But believe it or not, the most dangerous part of her life is just beginning. She now has to leave the safety of the hive on a mission that will decide the fate of the entire colony. And just look at this timeline. The pressure is immense. The clock is ticking, and I mean really ticking. She has this tiny little window, maybe a week or so, to fly out and mate successfully. If bad weather or a hungry bird gets in her way, that's it. The colony is doomed.
Now, she doesn't just mate with any old drone from her own hive. Nope. That would be bad for genetic diversity. Instead, she flies for miles to these mysterious spots high up in the sky where thousands of drones from all the surrounding colonies are just waiting for a queen to fly by.
That sounds incredibly dramatic, and, well, it is. For every single male drone that actually succeeds in this high-stakes chase, the reward is fatal.
Yeah, the mating process itself is so explosive that it's a fatal injury for the male. His internal organs are basically ripped out and he just falls from the sky, dead. And the queen will do this over and over, with anywhere from 12 to 50 drones, banking enough sperm to last her entire multi-year life. Okay, so she's made it back to the hive, safe and sound. Now her real job starts. And this is where she unleashes this biological superpower that literally lets her control the future of her colony.
We are talking about an absolute egg-laying machine. During the peak season, a healthy queen can lay up to 2,000 eggs in a single day.
Just try to wrap your head around that for a second. That is more than her own body weight in new bees every single day. But it's not just the sheer number of eggs that's so amazing. It's her precise control over what those eggs become. Right, so bees have this really unique genetic system. It's not like us with X and Y chromosomes deciding sex. For bees, it all comes down to one simple question. Was the egg fertilized or not? So here's the crucial part. As the queen walks across the honeycomb, she's deciding egg by egg. If she releases a bit of that sperm she's been storing, boom, fertilized egg. That becomes a female worker. But then, when she gets to a larger cell built for a drone, she just chooses not to fertilize the egg. That unfertilized egg becomes a male. She is literally deciding the sex of her offspring one by one.
So you'd think she's this all-powerful monarch, right? The absolute ruler of her domain. Well, not exactly. Her own kids, the workers, are constantly judging her performance.
See, the queen constantly gives off this unique chemical scent. Think of it like her signature perfume. It gets passed all around the hive, from bee to bee, and it's basically a constant broadcast message that says, hey everyone, I'm here, I'm healthy, all is well. It keeps the whole colony working together. But the second that signal starts to get weak, maybe she's getting old, her egg laying slows down, or worst of all, she starts running out of sperm and laying too many drone eggs, the workers know. They know immediately.
And to them, that's a massive red flag that the colony's survival is at risk. And they don't mess around. Their loyalty isn't to their mother, it's to the future of the colony. They will immediately start building new queen cells and raising a replacement. And once that new queen is ready, well, the old queen, their own mother, is quietly replaced. It's ruthless, but it's how the colony survives.
Which all leads to this really fascinating final thought. The queen is the mother of tens of thousands, but it's the collective will of her daughters that decides her rise, her reign, and ultimately her fall. It shows you the hive isn't a monarchy at all. It's something else entirely, a complex superorganism where the true power has always belonged to the hive itself.